Debate as Ron DeSantis and Charlie Crist make their case to be Florida's governor. The two touched on topics like the economy, critical race theory, and abortion in their first and only debate. And the topics submitted by voters about the issues that matter to them most. Governor DeSantis fiercely defended his response to the COVID-19 pandemic and his focus on cultural issues.
While Congressman Crist, he focused on his opponent's political ambitions and accused him of being distracted.
Why don't you look in the eyes of the people of the state of Florida and say to them, if you're reelected, you will serve a full 4-year term as governor. Yes or no? Yes or no, Ron? Will you serve a full 4-year term if you're reelected governor of Florida? It's not a tough question. It's a fair question.
Is it my time? Governor, it's your turn.
Well, listen, I know that Charlie's interested in talking about 2024 and Joe Biden, but I just want to make things very, very clear. The only worn-out old donkey I'm looking to put out to pasture is Charlie Crist.
And News4Jax reporter Scott Johnson dropped in at watch parties around town with both Republicans and Democrats.
Scott's joining us live with the issues that matter most to them. Scott.
Well, Ken, so essentially what Governor DeSantis is doing is defending his record as governor of Florida, while former Governor Charlie Crist is saying he needs to return to the governor's mansion. A heated debate as Ron DeSantis and Charlie Crist debated over everything from Hurricane Ian to the state's COVID response to one thing that's critical to a lot of Florida families, inflation and the cost of, well, everything.
We have the worst inflation of 40 years. It's much more expensive to replace a roof today than just 3 years ago, thanks to the Biden-Crist policies. We're number one in the nation in litigation with respect to homeowners insurance. We have 8% of the policies, but 78% of the litigation costs. Some policyholder will get a $20,000 settlement, and the lawyer will get $400,000. So we called a special session. We addressed part of that. We also created a reinsurance backstop that's serving us well now that Hurricane Ian hit. And we created a program where Floridians can get grants to make improvements to their homes and then lower rates.
The real problem is that according to Forbes magazine, Florida is the most expensive state in the country to live in, more than California, more than New York. And why is that the case? Because you've taken your eye off the ball, as I said before. Look at utility rates in the state of Florida. Since you've been governor, every utility rate increase has been granted. They've all gone up and up and up. When I was governor, they went down.
I found two separate watch parties in town tonight, one in St. Nicholas with Duval County Democrats and this one on the south side with Duval County Republicans. At the Democrat watch party, they were laying a lot of the issues with inflation at DeSantis' feet. They say things would improve under Crist.
There's a high level of inflation in this state, and I think Governor DeSantis is to blame for that. So it's offering an alternative for Floridians to be able to know that they have a choice in this election that will really be able to put more money in their pocketbooks.
Throughout the debate, Crist regularly pushed DeSantis on whether he plans to run for president in 2024 and would serve a full term in Florida as governor. DeSantis pivoted on that to go after Crist. I got a similar response when I asked Duval County GOP Chair Dean Black about that as he was watching the debate.
You know, the Democrat Party has Joe Biden to look to as an example of the pinnacle of their leadership. They have a very limited bench. They cannot obviously find good candidates. The Republican Party is blessed. We have lots of great candidates, and I'd rather be us than them.
And those two local party activists are going to tell me what they think needs to be done in the next 2 weeks for both DeSantis and Crist going into the home stretch before Election Day if they want to win. We're live tonight. Scott Johnson, Channel 4, the local station.